had said, looking at that other case, you see that I knew that it would get to this level where a former House of State Assembly members having to pass a budget which didn't quite form a quorum in the House, supposed to be 2/3 if everything had gone well. Martin Amawule that also went to court to say, go and represent the budget for us to look into it before you can pass it. And then the governor did not quite listen to him. He told him the ship had sailed already. It can't come back. And then that is the reason why this is happening, this court stopping the allocation that is meant for the state. If you look at it with judicial eye, as specs, then you find that it may have some meaning, but at the end of the day, okay, the governor did not agree, this person goes to court, and at the end of the day, it's the River State people that are losing. Having said that, we go into the one you just asked about, the local government election that happened, and then the court.
The validity of it.
Exactly. I mean, I looked at it that, look, the High Court judgment prior to the election date was not meant to be. I think it was, for me, abuse of judicial process, right? Because the law that established River State Independent Electoral Commission made it so clear what to be used in an election. But for the court to give that judgment, it wasn't meant to be. And they went ahead to carry out the election. So for that to be more like overturned is expected. Okay, maybe they should take it to the appellate court and then let's see what happens.
No, but talking about River State budgets, I think even though I know both of us are not lawyers, but when you say what's the 2/3 of 5?
No, 5 doesn't. It doesn't form a quorum.
No, let us put things in perspective. Don't forget that the Constitution says that the moment you decamp from the party that gives you victory, you lose that seat.
Good. See, nobody has put that into practice. It's not today. See, they're following patterns. When you see patterns that happen in other states, okay, many people that have decamped, right, even whilst they are still serving, they haven't had issues. It's because there is a clear fight here.
Well,
you cannot.
You remember Obaseki in Edo State?
You remember what happened to him?
I mean, at the point in time, he was running the state, I think, with about 7 or so. Yes, he was.
What happened to the state of House of Assembly? What happened?
Those ones, I think they also
had a different case.
Yes, but whatever the case is, whatever the case is, if we're saying that he has,
but those guys only declared. They said they have declared. They haven't really moved.
Who?
It was a declaration that they made to say, "Oh, your mandate will stand."
No,
it wasn't like
they came out open.
They came out openly, said that, but they said, "Look, we haven't really moved."
Why are the politicians taking Nigerians for granted?
That's the thing.
The stupidity of the politicians is becoming an issue that we need to look into.
Francis,
kindly, Precious, we need to tell these politicians the truth. They cannot be playing with the lives of Nigerians. This is the time we need to, even INEC itself, we should stop this idea of putting logos on the ballot papers. Let us begin to put the pictures of those who are contesting. That is what should be done, so that we know who we are voting for. And not after the election, the party will now decide, oh, this is the candidate that should go forward.
Make sure you don't get ripped off when doing maintenance on your vehicle. So first, you're going to plug it into your OBD port, and then after, you're going to tap to see what code you have on your car. So you can see this car is throwing the P0420 code. The good thing about Fixed is that it can give you the options of what likely the issue is and other alternatives. If you want to start with the cheaper stuff, also with Fixed, you can see maintenance. So you enter your miles of your car, and it's going to give you what services you have to do at what time of your car. It's going to tell you what your tire life should be around once you measure those. It's going to give you the wipers. You can set everything up here, and it's going to tell you what you need. So you can see it has multiple features. It's not just a scan tool. It is not only for scanning codes. It helps you with your maintenance. So I don't know why more people don't have this.
That way you could fund your businesses, investments, and passive income streams to start living the life that you deserve and grow your income. Just click anywhere on this video and you'll be taken to the next page where I break all of this down for you. And look, if you're still with me, no, this isn't baloney, this isn't fake. If you don't believe me, go see for yourself that these banks do in fact offer 0% interest funding. It's actually everywhere on their websites. You could even investigate my YouTube channels, my social medias to see that I'm actually a real person that does exactly what I promise, which is helping people like you access 0% interest funding to fund any business, investment, or passive income stream that you want. So you could start living the life of your dreams today. And plus, I've already helped 2,000 people access over $60 million. So click on the link now, take a look for yourself, take advantage of this opportunity to get 0% interest funding for your businesses and investments before it's too late, and I'll see you on the inside.
Would say he knew that this is what Fubara would do. And it was like the president opened up doors for him to start a proper attack, which is what he's doing now.
If he knew better, maybe he would not have signed that agreement.
So you know, the reason I thought to raise this conversation is at the end of the day, our people say when two elephants they fight,
it's the river.
So that's why I did ask that question. Where are the people of River
State?
State?
They are the ones suffering,
going to survive.
unfortunately.
Yes,
unfortunately,
it's unfortunate.
But I think on the other hand, if the governor is smart, it's also another avenue for him to begin to look for other means of raising revenue.
Revenue how?
He has to.
But River State is River State has the next highest IGR after.
Let me say this: if I am the governor of River State
now
the
level you are being squeezed.
Let me tell you the truth. Every oil company in River State, that whether the headquarters is in River State or outside River State, they will pay tax.
Like they have not been paying.
No. They will pay tax.
Maybe you're going to now must sue them.
No, they haven't been paying directly to the state. From what I hear.
Directly to the state?
Yes.
I'm sure states collects theirs and federal collects theirs as well.
Then none will go to the federal.
No, that means you're running a different country. No, it won't work.
That is why I keep saying that the 1999 Constitution is obnoxious.
Exactly.
That document needs to be shredded.
The document we have at the moment cannot allow him to do that. That's the truth. And he cannot run a country inside a country. It's not possible.
Well, all I would say is that
you know what you just said is what just came to my mind was the bandits collecting taxes in some local governments in Niger, Zamfara.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. President, needs to wake up to the reality and understand that he's a Democrat, which he has professed to be, and ensure that all the democratic tendencies are put in place.
I wish they are running on this is an ideal government type that you just talked about. But you see, these people are just doing anything that benefits their personal interest.
Okay, so and then again, PDP chieftain had said that the only reason why there's crisis right now in PDP is because the president gave Wiki a ministerial position without consulting the party, and that the peace will restore in the party if the president sacks a Wiki. But even though he's still a PDP member, it looks like he still has some hold, in APC, especially in River State, where, by the way, you're supposed to have the party leader, the former governor, Amechi, as a party leader. But his faction and he has his own faction led by, what's his name now? Okocha, Tony Okocha. And then whilst the other faction that is in favor of Amechi is led by Emeka Beke. So so the man is deeply rooted, as it were.
It didn't start
in the politics of River State.
It didn't start today.
No. I totally disagree with the deeply rooted. If Wike was not a minister of the FCT, if he is, or if he's not a minister of FCT, he would have gone into oblivion.
Okay.
Just like
maybe, yes.
No, he would have.
Maybe, yes.
He would have. So the power he's exhibiting Is the power coming from the
Now
presidency?
exactly. Now he's what he is. We can't just rule that out. We look at Wike based on what he is now.
All right.
And it was very strategic. He knew what he was doing. All of that time of forming 5 governors.
It was all for his own benefit.
G5.
Exactly.
All right.
G5.
All right. Because today the court stopped his faction of the APC in Rivers State from conducting a congress. I'm wondering why a particular faction will conduct a congress, and but we have this things going on in our state or in our politics on and on. But let's go to security issues very quickly, or hunger issues, as the National Bureau of Statistics has said that food scarcity, insecurity, and high prices have forced Nigerian households to cut consumption. So, to this end, the body said 65% of fees and other residents are unable to afford healthy meals over lack of money. Did you hear it? 65%. That is, if you share your population into 2, one part, first of all, no fit afford healthy meal. Then the other 2 parts you share, we can't share them into 3. One part, no fit still afford healthy meal. What does this mean?
This is just the morning.
God forbid.
We haven't even started.
God forbid.
I'm telling you.
Are you just like a billion voice?
We haven't started. This is just the morning. You see, it's always good for you to understand your problem and then get to just embrace your problem, because what is happening now, right? Prayer, wishes can't even help anyone who tries to do that. So you need to face reality. That's why I used to tell people, I said, look, everybody should be politically aware. Even if you're not a partisan politician, have political knowledge, because politics is everything there is. It controls our lives.
Because
right?
He makes you
exactly.
if you vote in the wrong person.
Exactly. So when unfortunately we have representative democracy where you put somebody in to go and represent you, and then you put in somebody there, you don't know who he or she is, and they go there to represent their pocket, and then you don't know anything whatsoever.
But this is not about representation of pockets. It's about economic policies.
Economic policies
that the president said is very necessary now.
Who and who?
Because of the bad things that's been happening before. Because of the rot in the from the past administrations.
Even the current policies did not quite help. It worsened and it exacerbated the matter.
But do you think he hasn't dealt with the rot? That's
he even worsened the rot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So when you talk about, look at the vested interest in politics, those who are running it, how much they are making. Look, I don't want to talk about it because, you see, it's almost like we went to school here, but we don't know how to apply the knowledge. When it comes to, if you get the most brilliant person now to go into the Nigerian government as it is constituted, right? You find that the person will be almost a negation. What happens? It's just how the system is structured. They wouldn't let you perform. So it appears that the people who have just cannot think. They can't proffer solution to the simplest of the problems. Why do you think we keep having recurring problem on electricity, for instance? We started this democracy in 1999 with 5,000 megawatts, right? Till today, we've sunk in over $120 billion, and we haven't been able to add one.
So it has reduced more.
Exactly. But if you spend $1 billion, you're going to make minimum of 1,000 megawatts of electricity. So if we had spent about $120 billion, right? It then means that we're supposed to have gotten another 120,000 megawatts, add to the 5,000 we started with before.
Okay.
So what will it have been now?
Okay.
But we're still at less than 5,000 or 6,000, or even less than that.
You're focusing on
it's crazy.
You're focusing on energy. We should be looking at the refineries.
I mean, it's strategic. If you have energy production,
we should be looking at the refineries. How much have we put into the refineries via NNPCL? How much? And what do we get for it? Nothing. We just get an agency that people are being paid large salaries. People go on trips. People, they just keep spending. Nobody's giving account. When I saw that thing from the National Bureau of Statistics, I was shocked because I remember, was it last month when they said that the inflation rate had gained some momentum. You know, and I was like,
Again, okay.
yeah, when they said, yeah, I remember.
Did again.
They said he had gained some momentum, and it wasn't as bad as people were, you know.
Because first currently we've had,
We talked about
inflation rate.
Talked
so
about
I'm wondering,
exactly.
No, we talked about it here
Mm.
when they said that it has dropped. That is, I think from 30 something, it has dropped 2 steps or 3 steps. And I remember I said to you, where do they get their figures from? Now they're beginning to face reality. I guess the hunger, the starvation, the pain is beginning to affect the staff of NDS. So they have no choice to begin to tell Nigerians the truth.
All right, so let's get
I'm
straight.
not done because that's the truth.
We don't have time. We need to jump to other
but that's
issues.
the truth. See, I was discussing something with Ekene just a few minutes back, and I said, the way things are going, I am scared. There are certain areas in Lagos now, when you're driving past, precious, your heart will be in your hands. You just see this set of young boys, half drunk, half naked. They just hit your car. It's like, what do you have for us?
Yeah,
things are getting that worse.
It's coming scary.
So
Trust me.
very soon, nobody will be driving around in Lagos in the night. Even during the daytime, when you're driving, you just be, edgy so that they don't come after you.
It's scary. I was on Lekki Road the other day with a Lexus Jeep in traffic. Somebody just fell on my side mirror. In less than 2 seconds, he took my mirror. And
Just follow.
She was with me.
Are you serious?
Took my mirror and then crossed the road at the other side.
I
came out from the car like that was around 7:30. The guy at my back like, he took your mirror. I said, he don't take him.
Say should go.
The guy just waved me, say.
So that shows you the state.
Are you serious?
I swear down.
Precious. That shows
I had
you
to
the
buy
state.
that mirror 70,000.
That shows you the state
So
we're in.
that's
Lekki.
the level. On
Lekki
7:30.
in this our Lagos.
Yes. 3 weeks ago.
Oh my wow.
The other day, a truck driver of ours said his truck broke down at Oshodi. The man got down, looked at the truck, and ran away.
Why?
There were close to 100 boys. Close to 100 boys.
If they meet, I'm there. Voila.
He had run. As he ran away, you know what they did? They couldn't remove the battery because that's the first thing they take. Because the battery was really chained to the truck. They opened the diesel tank, removed all the diesel inside it.
Are you kidding me?
So things are really getting out of
apologies,
hand.
man.
This government needs to know that hunger is not the kind of hunger where you're giving people 10,000, 20,000 naira to buy their votes in Ondo State. But it's getting out of hand where even 100,000 naira will not solve the problem.
Okay, so we'll go up. Okay. Because one way that we can solve, perhaps, or help alleviate our pain or get things better is to ensure that farmers get back to their farm. And insecurity is one reason why they can't. We just did hear now that no fewer than 3 persons have been killed in a renewed hostility between farmers and herders in Nasarawa and Toto local government area of that same state. So the commissioner of police in the state confirmed that. They call it farmer herder clash, but some people say it's a deliberate attack on the other party.
Absolutely. That's the truth.
But yes. And then we still know that we also still have the Lakurawas issue to deal with or to contend with. However, there's been some sort of reassurance as Senator representing Kebbi Central, Adamawa Aliero is his name. Remember, Kebbi State and Sokoto State are the 2 states where these Lukarawas guys have been tormenting. He has said that the Nigerian military has finally flushed terror group known as Lukarawa from Nigeria. In fact, to Niger Republic that they've gone. So this is good news. Do we also expect that the oppression of farmers or crisis between herders and farmers or whatever it is that people call it, or the oppression of the herders would stop? And banditry will also stop because there are communities that have been complained that, bandits take taxes. In Niger State, in Zamfara, I think, in Benue communities, we've heard that in the past. Even El Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, stated that these people are running a parallel government with his. So do we also look forward to the Nigerian security now that they finally chased Lukarawas away from our country?
Precious.
Good news. We hope we don't hear from them again. But do we also expect that same energy and in other, terrorist organizations?
Precious.
Sir?
Looking at you and the way you are reading out that.
I didn't read though. I was just
whatever
analyzing.
it was you were doing, you definitely were not doing it with all confidence in you. You were not doing it at all. Let me tell you the truth. Is it the duty of a senator?
That's the same thing I want to say.
Is it the duty of a Nigerian senator
I don't understand.
who sits in the Senate
What political
approving
what
loans for Mr. President when the ones they have approved before, they have not called for the various ministers of the ministries to come and tell them what they have done? Is it the same minister that people are dying in hunger? People go to bed empty hunger. It is the same minister that is opening his mouth now to tell you that they have chased away. Look, is it speaking for the soldier army? Suddenly the senator has become the spokesman of the Nigerian army, or has it become the administration?
That's what baffles me.
This is how people just take up responsibilities that are not for them.
And then people will believe him, and then before you know,
He's just gaslighting the Nigerians.
Exactly.
That's what he's doing. They should stop this thing.
it really doesn't make sense.
It is annoying.
He is not the one to.
So you do
speak.
not believe that
I don't-
Lukarawas
How
have been
would
chased
he
away?
I don't believe him. He's a politician and
Nobody should believe him.
he's talking like a politician.
Just wanted to get
Tomorrow
political
now,
mileage.
if you want to know the truth, call people in the north to hear from them. Not a senator that has abandoned his constituency and living in Abuja. Please, this senator should own up to the fact that they don't even know what they're doing at the Senate, rather than calling unnecessary press conference. And the media should stop giving people like that, the window to speak rubbish and nonsense
And
to
that's
Nigerians.
the problem we have in Nigeria, because everybody speaks from all sides of their mouth. Any and everybody can speak on behalf of the government and want to make it authoritative, right? And make people believe what they're saying. It just doesn't make sense. The senator has no right to speak on behalf of any military apparatus or any military department, because this is a security issue. It's not even a security expert.
Okay. All right. So let's go to other issues. Now back to politics. Joey Igbo, a member of the Resource Congress, says she, son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not have the capacity to be governor of Lagos State. He said it. That those people that are supporting him, that the politics is not for small boys. Would you like to react to that very quickly, considering there's been, calls from groups for the son of the president to be the next governor of Lagos State, even though some indigenous youths have said that he should rather go to Osun State to contest.
Okay, so I would take it from the fact that this is, Emiloko has become like a philosophy, okay, and it's here already. And this is, let me start with Sheyi Tinubu. Sheyi is as an individual, young man, he has every right to want to contest if he wishes to. I wouldn't begrudge him. He has his credentials. I wouldn't begrudge him. He has the right. Whether the people will allow, that's another thing. But I can also tell you that this is, if I must be realistic, this is the best time for him to be the governor of Lagos State, if he wishes to, because his father is at the top now. All right? This is the best time for him to be. And I bet you, if he wants to be, nothing will stop him. In fact, they've already started acknowledging him as an excellency already. They call him Your Excellency, Your Excellency, Your Excellency. That's the way they refer to him. So he might jolly well be in 2027 and nothing will happen. I'm being realistic now.
Even when the Speaker of the House says that,
I am being realistic. If his father is there, like he's going to be there, okay, this guy would be, if he wants to. Nothing will happen, because the reason is simple. We do election, all right, we vote purportedly, but at the end of the day, we find that our votes don't make any sense. They can take it from the top if they want to. So if he wants to be, he will be, and nothing will stop him. Mark it. 2027, Sheyi might just be the governor of Lagos State.
All right.
I'm being realistic here.
So let's, would you wrap up on that quickly so we'll go to the
You know why I'm
issues?
laughing?
No, please.
I'm laughing not because there are people promoting Sheyi for governor, but I'm laughing because of the man that has joined in the league of people saying, yes, Joe Ibokwe. Joe Ibokwe is a diehard supporter of Emilokan. So I'm surprised, and then I'm asking, is this speaking as Joe Ibokwe of Lagos? Is it speaking as Joe Ibokwe of APC? Or is it speaking?
He belongs to.
Yes, we know. If people who are Lagosians are coming up, people have already come out to say that the Bola Tinubu's are not Lagosians. They say if Sheyi wants to be governor, he should go to Osun State. That's the new news making the rounds. So if everybody from Lagos is saying he is not qualified to contest, I'm trying to find out how is it the business of Joe Ibokwe.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to other issues. That is a question I don't have an answer to.
Is it that he has lost? Is it that he has lost out from the Emilokan spirit, or that the spirit has left him?
I don't know.
We need to know, because this is where I keep saying that we don't have what we call real politicians in Nigeria. What we have are jobbers. Where Bele face.
Okay. All right. So moving on to other issues. Now, Nigerian government has announced that it is closely monitoring legal proceedings involving Simon Ekpa, the self-styled Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. The Biafra Republic government in exile. Biafra Republic government, but in exile. But the people you're okay. I just want to understand the terms here. Following his arrest in Finland on suspicion of inciting terrorism and promoting violence. Forgive me, I was thinking out loud. Now, in a statement issued today, Friday, by the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ekpa and Biafra, the Nigerian government expressed its commitment to tracking the progress of Ekpa's legal case. The government emphasized the significance of the proceedings in addressing the influence of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and actors on Nigeria's national security. But the problem with this now is that even the IPOB now has denied that Ekpa is not their member, because the proscribed indigenous people of Nigeria has distanced itself from Simon Ekpa, the controversial Biafra agitator, following his recent arrest in Finland. IPOB, in a statement issued today, Friday, vehemently, that is strongly, denied any affiliation with Ekpa, declaring that he was never a member of the group in the first place and could not be its leader. Say he not be their member before, and he not be the leader. Okay, so which do we believe now? However, a certain woman who is, I don't know, says she is the chief of staff for the Biafran Republic, or the Biafran people in exile, had a statement yesterday. Released the video footage where she addressed her people. She had quite a lot of things to say. I'm sorry if what I'm about the voice I'm about to play may insult your sensibility or sensitivity, as it were, but please kindly bear with us, because it is for the purpose of educating us on, the conversation at hand, so that we understand exactly what is going on. Please kindly take a listen.
I want to tell everybody listening here today.
Okay, so her name is Ngozi Orabweze. She says she's the chief of staff for the Biafra people in Biafra Republic, or Biafra people in exile, and she is a psychiatric nurse, I hear. Take a listen.
Everybody listening here today, the power that Nigerian government has, where they stop is where this government begins. I need them to know that our Excellency, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, Simon Ekpa, has already led a full structure for the restoration of Biafra. Nobody on earth will stop that. We are both at home and we are abroad. Biafra will be restored from diaspora. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has led the structure by introducing His Excellency Simon Ekpa to be in charge of this ship where we are right now. and that ship is on course. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu, or you all should remember, he is with the Nigerian DSS today because of what we are doing. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu has said, instead of Biafra not to come, Nigeria will be burned to ashes. And I promise you today, instead of Biafra not to come, we, every single individual in Biafra government, in all the structures that our PM has laid down, we will burn Nigeria down. And any country, both international and in homeland, that tries to tamper, that tries to intervene, that tries to stop this restoration, that country will get the brunt of Biafra. So I thank you all for coming here today. Like our Honorable Uche has explained to us what happened in Finland. Our Prime Minister, Excellency Simon Ekpa, has been invited by the Finnish local authorities to volunteer information on what is going on. And our PM has always said he is looking for this opportunity for the government to officially know that Biafrans cannot continue to stay in a country where President Tinubu and Nigerian leaders reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists into the Nigerian police and the Nigerian military and the Nigerian Air Force and Custom, and they continue to kill our people. Our Prime Minister has looked forward to this particular moment with few innocent Biafrans that were taken by the Finland authority. They were invited to come, according to them, they were involved in money, they were making donations, they were funding terrorism. All of you listening to me today, who is the biggest terrorist country we have in the world? Who is among the biggest terrorists? Who is the government that are killing Christians in their numbers? Who is the government reintegrating terrorists? Who is the government that's creating two types of laws? One Sharia in the northern part of Nigeria and then the regular in the south. Who is the government that invited all the different types of terrorists you have? They have their base in Nigeria today. Who is the government that is inviting Hamas and Hezbollah and inviting Abuja to come and partner with them? Who is the government when the election is conducted? Somebody will go behind the scene and switch the election. They will carry the election bus and they will steal it. Who is the government doing that? And now they are saying that PM is inciting. Let them know that Biafra is a nation. Our PM is defending Biafrans by the second. Our PM has noted that the way it is done before, where we Biafrans, we just sit, we watch, and these terrorists will come and kill us, kill our mothers, rape our women, kill our children, take away our boys and girls. That is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has vowed to stop. And he has vowed with his life. All of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Council Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed with our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that.
So you heard that. That's the voice of a lady called Ngozi Oraboize, a Nigerian living in the diaspora. Oh, she says she's the chief of staff of the Biafran Republic, Biafran people in exile, if I am correct about that term. I have a little problem with this conversation. She did say quite a lot, but this is just an excerpt from that conversation. She did mention that, first of all, that Ekpa was not arrested and that he was just called to ask a few questions, and that will not stop their struggle. That, in fact, some part of that video that you may not have been privy to said that the arrest of Nnamdi, same way the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu did not quell or stop the struggle for Biafra, the arrest of Ekpa will also not stop it. Then talked about how,
The Eldercare Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
them from giving Biafra on the 2nd of December, no matter who you are, even if you're in a foreign country, that they'll burn you down, they'll burn down Nigeria. Please, I want to know, Mr. Kenobi and two of you are Igbo men, and I'm glad that I brought up this conversation, in the midst of Igbo men. What is the right way, to talk to people who may believe in such ideology, or who may be cowed by such statements? And what is the implication of people like this to the development and health of Igbo land and Igbo people?
Okay, I go first. Good.
You say you go. Okay, you go first.
You see, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate, and I mean just to say that anything that has to do with emotions, you have to really, really be very careful what you believe in, because agitation for some reason is emotional. Politics is another, religion is another, anything that has to do with emotion. This one is purely so.
So for this woman to say these things that she says, so which they are treasonable statements that she's made. Tomorrow she's arrested and repatriated back to the country. Are we going to also cry marginalization?
That's where I'm going.
That is the reason. Apologies if I did insult your sensibility, as I've said earlier, for playing it. But it is important for the purpose of educating us.
What
please.
I know is that, okay, so it is clear that there is leadership gap in the Southeast. Let me start by mentioning what the problems are. There is pure leadership gap. The politicians who have at the moment, even in the past, haven't been able to provide pure leadership that would also have a clear direction on where and present the Igbo agenda, pure and simple. The Igbo youths, have been looking for who is going to lead them. So that gap created a vacuum for anybody who might just come in rightly or wrongly. So if you come in with a very not too clear agenda, or an agenda to either defraud the people, you would quietly do so. And Biafra, Ojukwu fought Biafra. Ojukwu had a clear direction of what he wanted to do. People followed him because he had an idea of where he was going to, and he made it so clear. And when Ojukwu was, on the Biafran thing came up on board, people joined him because he gave them a clear direction. And then he fought it with his own money. All right. And he was a military man. So he had an exit plan. So are you saying that these
people fighting now are not fighting with their own money?
No. He had an exit plan.
Oh, wow.
All right. And then he started from point A, knew that we're ending at point N or M. When he saw that, okay, I've gotten to a level where it's no longer clear, he moved. Because the ideology was still there. Other people who I believed, because I'm an Igbo person, if anybody says you want to get a country where I would belong, I should be able to have an opinion. And I will have a problem with...
Oh, but they also claim that about 50 million Igbo people have consented to a referendum on Twitter.
I laugh.
Sorry.
The reason is simple. So the guys that are championing this cause now, for me, I have a very big problem with all their ideas and the way perhaps they've been deceiving certain people who do not have an understanding of what is going on. They just jump into the bandwagon and just believe whatever it is that has been. Remember, there are different personality types. So the people you call simpleton are the people you tell what to do. There are certain people like that. You just tell them, they don't have an idea of what the next step will be or what to do next. You have to tell them what to do. Unfortunately, those majority of those who believe in this particular cause don't know why and how and the end point of the whole transaction. They just every day keep hearing people in my village. I know how many people have been killed. Men and women who believe in this cause, they just don't know why. But many have lost their lives. All right? Because, I mean, it's very simple. Ekpa is in Finland. All right? And by the way, Nnamdi Kanu, from my own understanding, when Nnamdi Kanu was in charge of IPOD, Nnamdi Kanu didn't quite raise this level of violence. He was talking to them. They were charged up, but they were still very peaceful. When Nnamdi was incarcerated, Ekpa took over and had to raise the bar, started threatening and all of that. Then he's in Finland, and then the people who listens to him took up whatever it is and started to. The level of military.
These mushrooms make you feel better. Like a lot better. These mushrooms help you focus while lowering stress, keeping you calm but sharp. They reduce bloat and protect your gut so you can digest better. Plus, they boost your immunity so you can stay healthy and energized. Oh, by the way, they taste good too. Someone should make a coffee out of this stuff. Rise. Feel better.
Gunmen. Today, nobody still know them. The people.
But why is it hard for security agencies to even identify
I don't
them?
know what is going on.
That's another problem.
Today, I can't even go to my village. That's the truth. Because you see, we are all in this life to live and die. But I don't want to die carelessly. Do you understand me? Where somebody kills you, they don't know who killed you. That's that's a miserable kind of death. So the level of insecurity in the East, whatever it is that they're doing, I don't want to know. All I am concerned about now is the fact that the eastern part of Nigeria is so insecure now that you don't even know who is who. Their agitation may be good, but it has no end point for me. It's not clear. Because if you don't have exit plan and strategy that will show, okay, I started this thing, this is what I'm going to do peacefully. Because people must not die. You're not. Look at the woman talking, how aggressive she is.
So then I'm still wondering, they keep mentioning, she did mention in that conversation that Simon Ekpa was picked by Nnamdi Kanu to be the prime minister, but IPOB has denied, which led by Nnamdi Kanu has denied it.
No, different.
So on what side? And then again, talking about funding, do you think that there's perhaps something, going on with their funding that is perhaps feeling this to be sustained?
See, in abroad, right? Which is where
because one of the things that sustains an ideology like that, leadership,
there are people
funding,
who are individuals and organizations who are sympathetic to this cause.
And they contribute.
Heavily.
And these leaders
heavily.
Okay.
And these guys are feeding far.
So wait, what are they doing? If people are contributing heavily for this cause, what are they doing with the money?
That's what I'm telling you.
Because I want to know, are they using the money to develop, since it is to pursue the Biafra cause, are they using the money to develop Igbo land? Are they using the money to plan the map on how to move their people? What are they doing with them? What accountability are they giving for the money that are spending? So I hope that their leaders are not eating fat on their contributions.
Exactly.
And then destroying their homes because their parents and grandparents and relatives are still at home and they're dying.
That's my grouse, right?
Oh, wow.
So they are using people to get all of it. They have to sustain it. They remember there was a time in Europe, I think 2 or 3 years ago or so, where agitations were happening, protestations were happening all over Europe and America, right? It was a thing at that time because they wanted to tell you that they have more members. All of that has kind of died. Do you understand? Listen, what my grouse is the level of insecurity, the businesses that have been destroyed, the people that have been killed, and it hasn't even stopped. So there is no aim, there is no organized way of telling the people this is what we're doing and this is what we're going to end this thing. So it's almost going to be, it's intractable. It's a conundrum. You can't even know when this thing will stop. It will just, if you allow it like this, it will continue.
All right.
The way this, look at Sit at Home on Mondays.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. If you
And
come
whose
out,
business is suffering?
I don't know.
Whose economy is suffering?
They are killing
Did that Ekpa will say, oh, the Nigerian economy is...
That's my
Is it
problem.
Nigerian economy that is suffering or the
Why
economy
are
of
you
your people?
killing your people? Why are people dying? Why can't people go about their businesses? If Igbos are known for trading, and most people, if they don't trade in a day, they don't eat. And you deny them of Monday. They even extended it. One time I heard Monday and Tuesday. I mean, like you take 4 days in a week. What is left? What is the utility of that sit at home
civil
order?
disobedience?
I don't understand
to yourself.
that. So that's my
your
grouse.
people.
And for how long are you going to do this? People have died and are still dying. Businesses have died. I mean, I've been, closed and everything. What's the purpose? That's what I want to know.
All right, Prince Francis Chilaka, very quickly. Nigerians are itching to jumping on this conversation because we're about to open the phone lines.
Let me start by saying that. What's that lady's name? Uju?
Ngozi Orabueze,
Orabueze, Simon Ekpa,
the chief of staff.
and Nnamdi Kanu. They are all products of a corrupt system.
Corrupt system.
Yes.
Are people who are fighting for self-determination are still corrupt?
They are product of a corrupt system.
I don't believe you, Prince
Okay.
Francis.
Let
Please,
me
kindly
explain to you.
All right. Then.
For you to have anybody agitating, for you to have a child and your child begins to revolt, it means that there is something you're doing that the child is revolting for. If those who have ruled the Southeast and those who are still ruling or governing the Southeast, if they are patriotic, if they are giving people a hope to look up to, if they are making life easy and simple for the people, there will be no agitation. This agitation started as a result of the corruption in the hands of the Igbo leaders. The Igbo leaders are responsible for all the mayhem that's happened in the Southeast. Because it is as a result of their insincerity, a result of their inability to provide for their people. That is why the likes of Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and Orabueze can come out and begin to brainwash the people and begin to give the people some form of false hope. Biafra is an ideology.
Absolutely.
Unfortunate thing is that those who are driving this ideology are equally corrupt. They are wicked and they are senseless. You cannot, yes, you cannot tell me that you want to liberate your people from shackles of the Nigerian government by killing them. You cannot liberate a people from those holding them bondage by destroying their economic life. That is the height of wickedness. And those who are busy, especially our brothers in diaspora, that are busy financing the affluent lifestyle of this set of people. For everyone that has died in the Southeast, the blood is on their head. Because we should hold them responsible. The madness in the Southeast is long overdue. It has to come to an end. In the next few weeks, we're running into Christmas. Southeasterners are not even thinking of going home. People can't even go home to bury their dead. It's not bad.
Absolutely.
People can't even go to the Southeast to go and do marriage ceremonies. So what kind of people are they? And they have the guts to come and say they want to do. Who are they liberating? Have they liberated themselves? You cannot give what you don't have. And for those young youths in the Southeast who have allowed themselves to be brainwashed, and to be used to kill their own family members, to kill other Igbos, to shed blood. Honestly, I don't know where the kind of hell they put when they die themselves. So those in diaspora and those who are sympathetic, if you are sympathetic to a cause, the first thing you should ask yourself is, this cause that I'm sympathetic, what is the roadmap? How is it going to play out? How is it going to help the people at the end of the day? But nobody has been helped in the Southeast. Nobody has been lifted out of poverty in the Southeast. Rather, you are pushing more people into poverty. And that is why some people from other states will open their mouth and tell you, if you think your own is better, why not you go back?
Absolutely.
The Igbos are shouting, Akurulo, Akurulo. How do you go Akurulo when you have people that will kill you when you get to the east? Honestly speaking, the governors of the Southeast, you guys have not done well. You guys have not represented the people well. Every one of you people have not represented us well.
It's unfortunate.
Because if you people are representing us well, you know that the Southeasterners are not murderers, they are not killers, they are not people who let bloods. But unfortunately, the corruption in you people's blood vein, the desire to embezzle, the desire to be rich has made you people also encourage the killings in the Southeast. So I cannot only blame Simon Ekpa, I will not blame Orabueze, or I am blaming the leaders. Everyone who has ruled the Southeast after late Samu Bakwe is a murderer, and they should be held accountable for everything that is going on in the Southeast. They should be held accountable. Every one of them in the Southeast. Anybody who has ruled, either as a governor, as a senator, as a honorable member, as a state rep, as a local government chairman in the entire Southeast.
Okay.
They should be held responsible.
All right, so the people who believe the likes of Samuel Ekpa are doing the right thing and they're saints and they're God sends for fighting the cause of the Igbo people, claiming that they help them protect their women from being raped by headsmen or by people who will attack them and all that, but yet their own people are being killed. How do we begin? I don't understand, because it's looking like, I don't want to say it's brainwashing, because it's beginning to look that way. But how will they come to the understanding that you cannot drink a cup of poison and expect your enemy to die because you're the one who's dying? What's the best way for them to have that understanding or come to that understanding?
Well, for me, it's unfortunate because, I mean, like the guys who are running this whole...
and do you even think that that's fight for justice in the first place?
No.
Okay.
No.
Please explain.
It's a way of keeping what they are doing. So if we are all in Nigeria here. So if we talk about the Fulani headsmen, they are not only in the Southeast. You look at the Southwest, okay? Say Ondo State, for instance, where you have ESN. ESN was supposed to be like the replica of Amoteco.
Yes.
Good.
No, but
Something
because
like
it was
that.
formed by Namikano.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay,
Yes,
even
exactly.
though it wasn't, because the state established Ebubago.
Yes.
To counter
ESN. Exactly.
To counter ESN,
yes,
instead
please.
of countering the Fulani headsmen who were in the bush.
So you think that the Ebubago hasn't helped to protect?
No. You said it here. They established Ebubago to counter ESN,
to be the Southeast militia, civil military
from government, right?
Yes,
so
by the governors.
Nobody hears about Ebubago. In fact, Ebubago has even taken a different kind of meaning.
Oh wow, really?
In their operation.
Oh wow.
There are accusations and counter accusations, okay, about what they do. So nobody even knows what. So I'm telling you, this is Nigeria. There is no side of Nigeria that is safe with regards to what Fulani headsmen are doing in the bushes.
The armed ones,
the armed ones. Yes. I say headsmen. Okay. They will hit the headers, those who are in the bush. So if you tell me that ESN has helped to mitigate the destructions that these people are causing, raping and destroying farms and all of that kind of stuff, right? That does not preclude you from the wrong things you're doing. The guys that have organized the stuff, let's say from Ekpa to his own people in their ranks, they know why they put that out as a thing for people to believe. It's a bit, I call it like a quasi attempt. It's not really what they're doing that others are not doing, without taking the kind of posturing that they have. Amotekun is doing more.
But Simon Ekpa has consistently taken responsibility for those who have been killed because of the enforcement.
Responsibility.
I mean,
he takes responsibility
for the attacks,
on the military.
For the attacks, yeah, and then some of the people who were attacked during sit-at-home enforcement. And these are the people.
Yes.
Oh, he has taken responsibility.
There was something.
And that's exactly
there was
why,
something
and that's
that
exactly why the
baffled me.
Finnish government pulled him
There
for
was something that
terrorism.
baffled me. Yeah, a few weeks ago, 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, somebody made a video, went to his own village in Ebonyi State.
Is he from Ebonyi State?
He's from Ebonyi State. Made a video in his own village on that day of sit-at-home on Monday. Every other places, although everywhere in Imo State, of course, from where the guy was coming from, all adhered to the sit-at-home order. The guy went to his village, the market, the people were moving about their businesses. Nothing ever happened there. So the guy he made that video and told people to listen. Stop letting this guy deceive you people. His own people are having good time. The markets are open. People are doing their businesses, but other places in Igbo land are shut down. So he made that video and he even spoke Igbo. So what we're saying is that I don't know the reason for all of this, but because of you don't even know who is leading who is saying what. For instance, he's been arrested and IPOB has kind of denied him. And originally, before this arrest, people thought he was.
No, but IPOB has always denied him.
Exactly. So
IPOB
where
has
does he
always
belong
denied
then?
him.
Is he?
But
Okay,
he
so
said,
we know that ESN is an affiliate of IPOB. So where does he belong?
He belongs to Biafra government in exile.
What's the name then of
That's the
Biafra
name.
Government in exile?
Yes.
So who are the people he's controlling here? Because the majority of the people that are
The
here,
people he's controlling here are his mugus.
what's that? What are they called?
Okay, so Prince Francis Chilaka, very quickly, considering the fact that we saw him tear his Nigerian passport sometime, if I can remember, and that means he may not have a valid Nigerian passport
that was
right
when
because
they
he's a Finnish.
That was
Yes.
when they registered IPOB as an entity in Europe.
Yes, because he's a Finnish citizen also. So that means the possibility of repatriating him back to Nigeria may be unlikely.
No,
right?
no.
Or could it be?
But if you look at it, okay, by law,
Mm.
he entered Finland as a Nigerian.
Okay.
Good. So if you look at it like that,
Okay, even
tearing
though
the
he's
passport
renounced
does
his
not
citizenship,
exactly.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, by the time
Mm.
you take up a new citizenship,
you renounce the other.
you are entitled to either return or to renounce. And he has chosen to renounce Nigeria. Now, that is where renouncing
Nigeria. He didn't renounce Nigeria. I guess. No, we are all speculating here.
But this is.
I guess he didn't renounce Nigeria at the time he was collecting Finnish citizenship.
No, but the point is.
I guess.
Yes, but
he
the point.
he tore the passport later after they registered IPOB as an entity in Europe.
Good. But that is where the question is.
That's why they still call him Nigerian Finnish citizen.
You are not a Nigerian. Well, he claims not to be a Nigerian citizen.
He claims.
I'm going to show. Yeah.
Till then.
He claims not to be a citizen. He's a Finnish citizen. Now, the question is, let's assume that he was in America and is an American citizen, and then he's fighting for a Biafra Republic in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand the relationship.
Exactly.
I'm trying to understand the relationship.
If you say you are not part of this, why are you now interested in there? See? That's
so we need to know.
Right.
And then couple with the fact that this Biafra government in exile that has a prime minister, that has ministers, that have up to the point that they now have a chief of staff. Please, when are you people going to publish your account statements?
How they spend their money
and make it public. We need to know how they make their money and how they spend their money. I am entitled to it because if they are talking of Biafra, they're talking about the entire Southeast. So we need to see the records of how they make the money and how they disperse the money, and how much development they have brought
to the southeast,
from abroad
to the southeast,
to the southeast,
with the money that they contributed.
Yes.
For people to even see what they intend to
do when they are giving the
exactly.
Biafra.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right, Lagos phone lines are open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903 and 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. Let me start with my WhatsApp messages. Good evening, precious. What the woman said is pure truth. Go to all the roads and streets in Igbo land. You would see Mani's military and paramilitary checking points, which you can't see anywhere in the world. What brought them there? What brought those military and paramilitary? What made them come there? Did they start since 7 years ago to be in the southeast? What made them? What took them to the southeast? Eh? Then he said, which the Igbo political class and some radio gusters. I like the insult too, because it is shaking down, press together, and return back to you. Have never moved to address only talking trading blames. When herdsmen killed our people on daily basis, Iwoha Kenechukwu sent in that message. Okay, let me go to more messages. Where are they now? All right, this here says the analysis of your guest in the issue of the case of Simon Ekpa for me totally out of the cause, because I do not understand what Nnamdi Kanu is doing in that analysis. I listened to here Prince Chilaka, who said these people, both Nnamdi, is senseless. Make a point on how this agitation can be carried out successfully and peacefully, but he didn't. Okay. Now my question is, what makes your guest think the perpetrators of these killings in the southeast, both during the sit at home and instead people by some bad eggs, who aim is to scatter and bring chaos in the agitation? But Simon took responsibility now for some of them. That is why they're holding him for terrorism.
So many people, so many of us from the southeast,
you don't understand.
We hate the truth. We are blinded. We're hating the truth. This person that is writing is not being sincere. If I wake up tomorrow and I claim responsibility for bombing, would you need a soothsayer to point fingers towards me? So people should open their eyes. People should learn and begin to understand that we're in the 21st century.
All right.
It's not about what somebody tells you. It's about what you see practically happening. People get killed on Mondays. Not only outsiders, Igbos, Ndi Igbo, get killed on Mondays.
All right.
By who? And somebody sits in Finland and takes responsibility for the killing, and you're trying to defend that person.
Okay.
Then you're not an Igbo man.
All right. Igbos are not murderers. These assassins do come and kill at will and leave without a trace. None of the Eastern governors have put a face to these unknown gunmen, with all the heavy security personnel all over the place in the Eastern region, and none of these culprits have been caught. Yet now we tell them that who are the unknown gunmen. Speaking of which, those whom Ugochinyere CCTV caught that destroyed his house, burnt his house, and killed his uncle, and they noticed that they were in the uniform for apparel of the Nigerian security. Please, have they been brought to book?
Not.
Could that not be the kind of complicity that these
if you're asking me for that, I'll be asking you, where is Yaya Bello and where is Beta Edu?
So does that not speak to the fact that people feel that perhaps it's not the IPOB that is intentionally causing the havoc, apart from Simon Ekpa taking responsibility for some of the attacks?
You see, let us look at Israel and the Hezbollah. If an attack is launched on Israel and nobody takes responsibility, Israel will start guessing who did it. But if an attack is launched and Hezbollah takes responsibility, what do you expect Israel to do?
All right, okay. Please, we have limited time so we can attend to calls and messages very quickly. And this one says, I'm listening from Enugu. There was killings today at Enugu State. Did someone also kill them? Mr. Chilaka, ask your governor about the killing that always happen in your state. Ask Hope why you cannot go to your village. And all right, this here says, Precious, in case you people don't know, there's fire on the mountain right now in the country. The unbearable continuous exponential increase in prices of food items in particular is bringing the country to a halt. This is more a case of God forbid, as Precious will always rhetorically exclaim. The quantity of onion that was sold for 500 naira last week is now 1,000 naira this week. What percentage is that Okay, but the NBS will give their academic government guided statistics that don't reflect the reality of Nigerians. Because if we go by the reality, it looks like inflation has hit almost 400% or 300%, or maybe less or more. All governments are passive in their approach. You don't marginalize an ethnic group for too long. Trust me, arresting Mr. Ekpa would rather worsen the whole situation. Meanwhile, I don't support Ekpa's way of agitation, but Nigerian government.
For the ones ensuring the job always gets done, and the ones wearing many hats, Grainger offers professional-grade industrial supplies and real-time product availability. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Such statements, but he, the senator, knew that he is doing or saying because insecurity in the north is deliberate, and the northern elites cannot claim ignorance of it. That's what he says. Precious, good evening. Please let the government conduct referendum. If Nigerian win, fine, and if Biafra wins, okay, then they should go. And they say Interpol hand follow catch Simon Ekpa. That's what they talk. And Ken from Ikorodu says, good evening, Precious and the crew. No matter how hard the government tries to deny the fact, the Nigerians are hungry. By arresting anyone that dare partake in a protest and arraign them for treasonable felony. Yesterday, the presence of a pack of boys made a lorry driver abandon his truck and ran for his dear life. Who knows tomorrow? The 1 million boys will take the center stage. God, no good prayer. This one, a hard situation. All right. Okay, let's see. More messages coming through here. And this here says what now? Okay, let's see. Simon Ekpa says he's content creator and not Biafran Prime Minister. Okay. All right. From Robert. Robert says, I don't want to say the Easterners are gullible for obeying a nuisance called Ekpa. That's what he said. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. More messages here. This says, good evening, my intelligent men and ladies. Is it applicable to governors losing their seats when they decamp to another political party? If yes, why did Governor Mahi of Ebonyi State, Governor Yade, and the rest of them, you mentioned quite a few of them, why they did not lose their seats when they left their position? Friday from Ikoto sent that message. All right, let's go to our calls now. 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338. The WhatsApp line is that 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Yes, please, welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I want to speak on Simon.
Go ahead, please. What's your name, sir?
My brother's in the studio.
What is your name, sir? They can hear you. Please tell us your name.
Good evening.
My name is Thank God.
Okay, thank God.
From Ajo.
Go ahead, thank God.
Concerning Simon Ekpa's arrest. Simon Ekpa was a member of IPOB.
But they said he's not their member.
He said he was a declared disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. Fine. And I want to tell you one thing, brothers. Those who made this peaceful revolution impossible, they're only promoting the violent one. When Nnamdi Kanu was preaching and discussing about Biafra, Buhari and the federal government called Eastern leaders to call him and ask him what is his problem. Nnamdi Kanu attended that meeting at Enugu and told him that the Igbo youth, they are not satisfied with what is happening in Nigeria. That the majority against the Igbos are too much. If you look at even NNPC, it's only Yoruba and the Northern as you see there. That is, and even the old cannot be up to 10% out of 100%. What do you call it? Seaport. We have about how many? Calabar. Potako is more than 3. Warri, and so on and so forth.
It's not more than 3.
He told them, let's bring some seaports to the southeast so that our people can use them for their business. He mentioned about three.
All right,
points
your 2 minutes is gone. Your 2 minutes, your 2 minutes is gone. But I do ask, is that enough? No, I will not give you another 1 minute. But let me just ask a question where you answer. All these things you're stating, is it enough to also stubbornly? No, now answer me, Oga. Okay, no wahala. Let me let you. I don't want to quarrel today, because I just want to know if it is enough to encourage the killing of your people. Because there's nobody here has disputed any form of marginalization. I don't know if you think the Southeasterners have not been marginalized.
No, I would.
No. Said so.
Precious.
I haven't said so.
I keep saying one thing.
But
you cannot have peace without justice. And the kind of justice we're talking about is not bleached. It's not makeup justice. Justice that reflects the fact that the Southeasterners are bona fide Nigerians and should be treated just like any other ethnic group in Nigeria. That is when you will have peace.
All right, thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Sir? Man, this WhatsApp call has been kind of like a gold now.
Sorry.
Is it diamond that I'll call it?
You know, women love diamonds, right? You know what I mean? So I would rather go with diamond.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead. It's diamond. Go ahead. Go ahead, Prince Akwachi. We can hear you. I'm sure that's Prince Akwachi, right? Hello. We can hear you. Go ahead. Continue. Can you hear us? It's unfortunate. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so pretty much the other day, Simon Ekpa was in Dr. Damage's show, and I told him clearly that I wasn't gonna address him as a prime minister. As much as I don't want to belittle him, I told him he's a small boy. He's a young man that doesn't know what he's actually digging himself into. However, today he has just told them that he's no longer a prime minister, that he's just an ordinary member, and that he's a content creator. What a shame. The thing is, Finland might not send him back, being the fact that the human rights record of Nigeria is not good. So they might not send him back to Nigeria. And also they don't have bilateral agreement with Nigeria. So it's not gonna happen. So that's all I can say for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Yes, please, you're welcome.
My name is Peter, please.
Where are you calling from?
Calling from Papa.
Okay, yes, go ahead, please.
I greet you and your guest.
We greet you.
Good evening.
There's what I want to shift inside. Concerning one of your guests there, what he says about Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody asked a question, asked that, what is Nnamdi Kanu mentioning that place? Because the way he analyzes things and says something, there is nothing concerning Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa and the other women.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm saying, the way he analyzed something.
You said that already. So let him respond to you. Thank you. I thought you wanted to say something else. Thank you. Prince Francis Chilakada will be you. You mentioned Nnamdi Kanu alongside Simon Ekpa and the rest of them. And
I simply said the truth. All I said is that truth? I said Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and Orabueze, that they are a product of a corrupt system.
Why would they be corrupt? Why would you say they're corrupt?
They are a product of a corrupt system.
Okay, so why did you say
if the governors in the Southeast were doing the right thing in terms of developing the Southeast, in terms of applying the resources of the Southeast properly, you will not have people carrying out or seeking for agitation. So when we talk about marginalization, yes, the Southeasterners are marginalized. But what are the leaders of the Southeast doing?
Okay, not to say that the Nnamdi Kanu and the Simon Ekpa and Orabuzi are corrupt themselves.
I'm not talking about it.
Okay.
I said they are products.
Okay, we just want to understand so that they would. I'm asking for the purpose of clarity, so they understand. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Precious, good evening.
Yes, please, you're welcome. Thank you.
Oga Prince Chinaka, I greet you. Good evening.
Good evening.
To other guests, I didn't get his name.
Mr. Ekene Obi. Ekene Obi.
Good evening.
Yes, please.
Welcome.
God bless you all and continue to protect you and your family in Jesus' name.
Amen.
My name is Alex. I want to say here clearly, as a human being and as an individual, I do not surrender my willpower to any man. I listened to that sound bite. All I did was just, shaking my head. You understand? If you have an ideology, fine. But would you go on to, continue to kill and murder people because you have a cause to fight for? No, let us take, how will you continue to kill people and you come on air, and you continue to boast? If you want to say, because one, people are so wicked in their heart. If you have the fear of one, people are so wicked in their heart. If you have the fear of God, if you have a good conscience, there's nothing that will permit you to take the soul of another person. And how do we get out of this mess? Because this country, sincerely, we are united on paper, but inside of us, we are not united. And how do we fix this? Every time we continue to speak, we continue to talk, the government is not doing it right. Hold on now.
I will not hold on. Okay. You've had your time. It's 2 minutes now. You've spoken for 2 minutes. Now. If I let everybody conclude, how would others contribute on the show? I hope you understand.
I know, but
so calling next time, you just put your thoughts together when you're called.
Other people's call now. It's not unfair.
But today, it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Apologies, please. Every day will not be the same, eh? Sorry. We have very limited time today. Good evening and welcome. Please help me reduce the volume of your radio set. All right, unfortunately. Hello, good evening. Apologies, please, Mr. Alex. I have to give others the opportunity to speak. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Madam President.
Yes, please, you're welcome. You have just you have 120 seconds to speak your mind, and I hope that you make use of the time very well. Go ahead.
Okay. Concerning the ceremony, according to the news, nobody is supporting what that guy is doing. Few people are supporting what he's doing. To be honest, that no Igbo man that is supporting what he's doing. Because most of all, we don't know him. We don't know where he's. But the question will always be, why is all this thing happening in the east, happening in the north, in the south, in Nigeria? That is government, that is they will not have peace. Why is that? They will not, put things in order. I mean, the people that are living in Nigeria, that they will not put things in order. Common man will be from the economy of Nigeria.
Right. I have to let you go. I have to let you go because your output is not really very clear. But I think you've made your points too. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello. Hello, you're welcome. Good evening. Hello. All right. Unfortunately, you may not have known that was picture call. Good evening and welcome. All right. So I may go back to my messages, but the calls are coming in their numbers. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir?
Mr. Chikeze speaking from Ago.
You're welcome, Chikeze. Go ahead, sir.
I'm thanking my two brothers there. They have spoken well. Is the leaders of the Southeast, for the councillor to the whoever, they are the root cause of all these things. So nobody will, how will we be happy killing ourselves and we have representatives? How can we be happy? Say we are fighting for a nation and we have representatives, those who doesn't care. When he said these people, they are the product of this, because of the governance in the Southeast, the leaders of, they are quite correct. There's no doubt about it. Anybody that is backing Simon Ekpa or that lady or whoever, those people are the enemies of Southeasterners. They are our enemies. Whoever that is backing them, they are our enemies. And my brother, you people for speaking the truth. I know that people like it or they don't like it. I love what you people said, and that is the plain truth. Nothing but the truth. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you too. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Sir?
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yes,
my name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amuodo. Well done.
Mr. Innocent, you well done.
Welcome.
I have someone else on hold on WhatsApp.
See, I want to talk about this Simon Ekpa. For me, as a person, the man is doing the wrong thing. But without Simon Ekpa, all of us Igbo, I know Igbos, we are forgetting the color on the prison. Nobody will be talking about it because of that man. How this? See, people say talk to this Nigeria. Do you know that this is African leaders? That is not Europe. If you want to talk to Europe, when you agitate, they will listen to you. An Indian man, when he has problem, he use nail and he hit himself or enter fire. The government will listen to you. But here in Nigeria, nobody will listen to you. So what I'm trying to say is, let those who say bring this Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria, they are the enemy of Igbos. They want to start another problem. Let them leave that. If they want to jail him there, let them jail him there. They should not bring it to Nigeria. Immediately bring that man here and release Nnamdi Kanu. The same problem. We are still inside the same problem. And these people now is more dangerous than Nnamdi Kanu people. So, and the Nigeria should know that there are much fighting.
Oh, so you don't believe that even the same people in the first place with your explanation or your statement?
And again, they are fighting more than Igbos. They are crying more than us. Why are they crying more than us? Thank you. I mean Nigerians.
All right. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Yes,
this is Cyril from UK.
Oh, you're welcome, Cyril.
The problem is not problem of Southeast or this. It's a national problem. Insecurity. Insecurity is a national problem. But whoever is at the helm of affairs should know that Nigeria needs to be one. They should unite people. That is the main problem, because if you talk about the Northwest, Northeast, Southeast, all over the place, there's problem because of this philosophy of Emilio. We should purge that nonsense out of our minds. That's just all I have to say. Thank you very much for a good program.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello. No, now you cannot be doing this. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Sir?
Good evening to Priscilla Kanye.
Okay.
Good evening, you're welcome.
My name is Mary. I'm calling from Preston.
You're welcome. You're very quick.
See, this issue of Simon Ekpa, like somebody like Prince Tilaka said, the because of cross system of the Southeastern leaders. I don't show that line because it's a kind of leadership failure, even at the federal. Because somebody just said this is of insecurity. The government, the federal government is not doing what they are supposed to. It's just that the Southeast is just that maybe because of, let me say, hatred or generation, they are found ourselves in this situation. The point is that what is stopping the current government that Tribu said the community and the council that we can, that Simon Ekpa, whatever he can become a part, his story will become a pastor. Because these things are very clear. This guy has no place to answer. And that we can have this in the Southeast.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Oh, yes, please. Welcome. Mazi, that's you, right?
Yeah.
From Germany.
Mazi from Germany.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mazi, yeah. Please, I listened to what Ngozi or Rabueze said. Forget about that lady. One thing, because as I do listen to VOP, it's the same way I listen to Radio Biafra, all the radio stations in Lagos. I know them. I'm a radio addict. That lady was expelled from IPOB when Nnamdi Kanu was still on Radio Biafra, London. That lady was expelled from IPOB when Nnamdi Kanu was still broadcasting. That Ngozi or Abueze. And secondly, Biafra government in exile. Nnamdi Kanu also disassociated himself and IPOB from that people before Nnamdi Kanu was adopted. Biafra government in exile has nothing to do with IPOB. Simeon Ekpa was never a member for IPOB. Let him say his zone where he coordinates or where he was a coordinator in Finland. Because the little I know about IPOB, if you are a member of IPOB, you have to have a zone, or you have to be a coordinator or a member. You have to name your coordinator or your zone before you are called a member of IPOB.
So how come they claim that they are a member of IPOB and that Nnamdi Kanu is their leader?
No, she's a liar.
But you heard her say that.
She said she's a liar because this lady, I knew when Nnamdi Kanu dismissed her from IPOB.
What was her offense?
Pardon?
What was her offense?
Yeah, because of she was Nnamdi Kanu dismissed her because of subordination. Nnamdi Kanu dismissed Ngozi Orabese live on Radio Biafra.
Thank you. You've had your time. Thank you
so
much.
I made that, yes. So please, that she's not, and Simon Ekpa was never, and he's never an IPOB member.
All right, thank you, sir. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Wow, if this is true, then some revelation. Welcome. Good evening. Are you there? All right, let me go to my messages quickly. Is she aware Simon Ekpa denied being prime minister in exile today? She is ranting from abroad. She should come to Igbo land to feel the insecurity and sit at home that is killing the economy of the Southeasterners. Not be to the chop contribution money within the giver from diaspora. Both she and Simon Ekpa are enemies of Igbo land. She married from abroad. Are you serious? Oh, what? So she did chop money? Okay. All right.
Speak this kind of truth.
You say
I wish more people can speak this kind of truth, especially those who believe in their ideology. I wish they can.
So they're chopping people money.
Exactly. That's what they're just a business.
Oh, okay. Is that why there's some financial transaction thing as part of what the Finnish government is holding EPA for?
See, let me tell you, anybody who claims to be fighting for the Igbos, agitating for Biafra, like Simon Ekpa, like Orabweze, we need to see their statement of account. They need to provide it, put it online for every Biafran to audit.
To put it succinctly, they're just in business. That's all.
All right, Precious, you see, for everyone mentioning Sheyi Tinubu as next governor of Lagos State is just like promoting what would not be. If later come to be, as it was announced by his father, mean the true indigenous elders of Lagos State are... I'm a true Lagosian, not by birth, but blood indigent to the core. If because of Sheyi governor seat can be introduced in Abuja, just as it was in Lagos before moving to Abuja, no cause for alarm. But from Lagos to no vacancy. Good night. That's what you said. Okay. Right now, the only healing is to surrender the leadership of the Nigerian federal government to the Southeast, who must lead the faith. Tuchuke says, let us know that disagreement of the fact that it is only the Southeast Nigeria that can. Well, you said a lot. I'll leave that to rest. Did I hear you say that the military claims to have flushed Lukarawata? Yes, so a senator said that they have flushed them away. They've chased them to the Niger Republic. Are you joking? Chisco from Ejego sent in that message, by the way. I appreciate you, Chisco. Hello, good evening and welcome. Sir?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Good evening. Hurry up, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And go straight to the point.
Yes, my name is Evans. I'm calling from Canada, legal practitioner.
You're welcome. You're a legal practitioner. Go ahead and tell us. Talk to us, Evans.
Thank you for the opportunity given to me to air my views. First of all, let me say, blaming the Southeast governors. Anybody who understands clearly the system of governance that applies in Nigeria today knows very well that before a hostel is built in any colleges of education across the country, president must give order, must give approval. If you are running a parliamentary system, of government. That is where you hold those governors accountable. You will see that developmental policies will be in competitive range, where every region, every state or what will come up and say, this is what you want to do. If any project you want to embark on today, you have to get approval from the government.
All right, so
If
you're about
government
finishing
don't
your
want to-
time. You have less than 60 seconds left, so kindly help me wrap up.
Well, unfortunately, there is no. Okay, let me just hold my brief. I'm even in the court. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I was expecting. Okay.
You know, one funny.
So this is.
Sorry,
Good evening, sir.
Precious, there's one funny thing people keep saying.
Oh my God.
When Jack Conde of Blessed Memory
We don't have time. I have
was
many messages.
busy developing Lagos, was there not a federal government in place? The governors of the Southeast need to think out of the box.
Okay, sir.
Please.
All right. VOP, 6 million naira was paid to Bello Turji on Sunday. My brother lives in Zamfara State. That was in this, and I can confirm it. They paid him for what? To tell him thank you for being a bandit. Yeah. It is an insult to Igbos, to some calling Simon Ekpa a prime minister of Biafra Republic. Wallahi, that's what someone has said. Amenchi from Buffalo says, Precious, greeting all of us. Under GEJ in 2011, Iwala told us that Ngozi Iwala told us that Japanese oil engineers give the report that our refineries are obsolete, so they stopped investing money on them. But since 2015, APC government have been budgeting huge money to it. What have we done? That's what you said. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Good evening.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Jova, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. My call now. First of all, let me greet the intelligent doing studio, my favorites.
Good evening.
Mr. Kene, I greet you, sir. Good evening.
Welcome, bro. Hey.
I greet you, two of you.
That's Jova,
I
right?
don't envy the two of you. I don't envy the two of you on this job you're doing. Prince Chilaka, if I were to be in that studio and Precious reads those headlines to me, honestly, I don't know if I can be contained. Let me tell you. First of all, let me say, Precious, we have seen people killed. I have seen people killed in Southeast. Igbos killed in Southeast with my own eyes. I've seen that. That's just to tell you that what those two gentlemen are saying in the studio is nothing but the truth. I know that some people may not like what they are saying, but we cannot continue to shy away from the truth. We need to get things right. Igbo land needs to return to the way it used to be before now. That is one thing I said I have to call and say this evening. So I pray that one day we realize that these two gentlemen are saying nothing but the truth, and Igbo land returns to the former glory it used to be known for, especially this period that everybody is preparing to go home. Marriages are not happening outside, and it has ever been our tradition. I pray that God save Igbo land and bless Igbo land.
Amen.
Greetings to the producer of this show. Promise, I greet you. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, bro. Good night. Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, it is what everybody wants. We want to have a state we can go to.
Absolutely.
We want to have a state where our grandfathers, great-grandfathers can sit under the moon and begin to tell stories to our children. You know, these are things we are losing. I want to go to the East and sit down and drink palm wine.
With the way things are in the East, in the Southeast, to be honest with you, I don't think those glorious days you're going to experience them again, because things have really gone so bad. And let me tell you, prayers and wishes cannot.
No.
I'm not saying that's what you said. Yeah, it requires very intentional. And I don't know who is going to carry out that, because at the moment people are very selfish. I don't know what they want.
Okay, so now that you're saying
Southeast,
this, okay, all right. So because what you're saying, someone sent a message. One he says all agitation in Igbo land is fraud. being perpetrated against Ndibo. If you want to have additional local government area, for instance, in MBC, do you enter bushes or force MBC people to sit in their homes or start kidnapping them? That we should just ask ChatGPT or any chat box what it would take for Biafra to attain nationhood. There is no referendum in any African country constitution. So the only viable option is via the UN, whichever beyond Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's mental capacity. So that is to say that is it not better for people to start taking laws into their hands to get an agitation that they are, to pass the agitation, basically.
Okay, so my worry is this. You see, this whole, for me, if you ask me to, the reason why other Nigerians, other people in the same Nigerian space, all right, other nations in Nigeria, usually look at the Igbos like, a certain kind of people is because then Nigeria is a project, right? Everybody is trying to map out strategies, ways of getting what they can. If you ask me, people who are agitating for Biafra, right, which is an ideology, like you said, I believe in that, then they are supposed to be pushing those who we have as representative in the Nigerian government project to get for us what belongs to us in the same Nigerian cake. In other words, push them to do our own bidding. But they are not doing that. And it's a problem. Because when you say you're agitating, you are starting from what point to what point? We need to know the end point of this whole game. It won't happen forever. That's my problem. It's almost like you're walking in a tunnel, there's no light.
All right. So this here says your guests are not properly informed. Pressure. Just ask your guests if what Nnamdi Kanu is pursuing was wrong. How come he beats federal government house down in the law court? He also avoided the question you asked him concerning the security agents' involvement with the killings in the Southeast. I don't know which of you
you see, this is whoever is writing that is a bit myopic about what is happening. Nnamdi Kanu did not beat the federal government. The argument has been that he was forced or he was kidnapped back into Nigeria. And that is where the federal government goofed. But if it is in terms of saying he has a case to answer, he has a case. But the case he has holds no water because Nnamdi Kanu was not found with any weapon. The only thing is that he was using Radio Biafra, and quote, to incite
people.
That is just it.
And that's a crime.
And that is a crime.
And that was sustained by court?
Well, that is a crime. But in terms
it's still ongoing. I mean, it's still ongoing. So you really
but in terms of any other thing that he...
So he was never indicted for terrorism?
Well.
No, I'm just asking. We're talking.
No. So. Terrorism, yes. With the word of terrorism, but in actual...
incitement.
Finding out whether he did it, there was nothing like that. Terrorism only comes with this guy that is being arrested now, because he took it
to the next level.
Could it be because there's a direct relationship between his written and verbal words to the killing of people in the Southeast? So that's why he may be directly linked to terrorism.
Simon
Ekpa, yes,
exactly.
Okay. Not only that. The fact that he comes on air to take credit.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So this message here says Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB. Taking responsibility for the killing of people of the Southeast is not enough. Igbos don't kill. Killers in the Southeast are Asari Dokubo.
When you say taking responsibility,
and Nigerian military,
people's children, man, husbands and wives, people are dying.
But he said that the killers. But he said that the killers in the southeast are Asari Dokubo and Nigerian army, and they are so-called unknown gunmen ravaging the southeast. Why are you not always interested in discussing Asari Dokubo, our army, and his atrocities?
Why would
in the
any
southeast?
sensible person discuss Asari Dokubo with what's happening in the southeast? See, Precious, this is simple ABCD. If, for instance, this speaker here gets bad, and the owner of UOP takes responsibility for what happened to it, do you have any other right to go and question another staff for it? Simon Ekpa has consistently been taking credit publicly for the mayhem caused in the southeast.
And he's just doing that to let Nigerian government to know that he is very serious in what he's doing.
So who else do you want us to hold responsible?
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Find a parting shot if you like, and especially to the people of the Southeast on the way forward in all of this, because they're the ones affected.
Well, let's still talk about the fact that we're in the same Nigeria. This is our country. We cannot run away from the myriads of bad things that are happening here. We are being misgoverned. We are being mistreated. We are being in a whole lot happening here. This is not how people should live. So I still call for people to not to relent and to keep doing what need to be done to rescue a country that is dying like Nigeria. Because things kind of dying, kind of. I mean, things are collapsing.
Like in comatose.
Okay, things
just like
are
the
collapsing.
bankrupts that the president
Because
said.
if people follow the way things are going, everybody will lose hope. And I'm saying, look, still stand your ground. What you know, still know what you know, and do the right thing that is needed to be able to rescue this country.
All right.
All over the world, clash in nature's savage battle of survival. On land, under the sea, and in the air, all are locked in deadly conflict. Animals fight tooth and claw to win food, territory, and rights to the bloodline. From Africa to Asia, there are no rules. This is Animal Fight Night. It's spring, and this grizzly is emerging from hibernation, and he's bad news. A large standing grizzly can top 8 feet tall and weigh in at around 1,500 pounds. Muscles in his shoulders, back, and buttocks make him 5 times stronger than the average human male. His brute force is backed up by 4-inch-long claws and 42 teeth in his bone-crushing jaws. The mountain ranges of North America are home to another heavyweight predator. Cougars can be as much as 250 pounds of lean, mean killing machine. They relentlessly hunt down everything from a small snack to a whole meal. The muscle-bound hindquarters are the power base for leaping on their prey. The front paws and razor-sharp 1-inch claws are flesh-piercing slash-and-grab weapons. This particular cougar will now have to kill larger prey every few days. She's a new mother with growing cubs to feed. But for the grizzly, they're just helpless parcels of tender meat. And he's a ruthless killer, perfectly equipped with super strong senses to track them down. The area of mucous membrane inside his nose is 100 times larger than a human's, giving him a sense of smell 7 times more powerful than a bloodhound's.
Sorry, guys. This thing should have. I have to cut it out because I don't want them to. It went into another video. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. The host apologized for the wig. G. Simon, greetings to you. The definition of terrorism goes both ways. You don't need to have weapons in your possession to be culpable. Excitement under the law is culpability. Yeah, that's right. You're right about that. It is. It really is. It's crazy, you know? But we'll see what happens because at the end of the day, now sit down, look, the Nigeria matter. Now sit down, look, let the Nigeria matter. Where it go end, we don't know. Every day, one thing or the other is happening. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Emmanuel Ocheke, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. And thank you to all my new subscribers and my returning subscribers. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys on my next one. We'll talk about this one in details on my next video. And I saw a video of Jesutega Onopasa. I think he came to Arise News. I want to hear what the guy has to say. The guy has been making a lot of angry. Actually, he took the anger to Arise News. So I'm going to bring it here. We'll analyze it. Man, we have jokers as politicians. It's just unfortunate, Nigeria. All right, guys. See you on my next one. Bye.